Hi, welcome to my July wrap-up and August TBR. The first book that I read in the month of July was Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This was a 5 out of 5 book and it dealt with movie sets and art departments and scripts and small budget films, and it was really great for getting to see the behind the scenes of films. This is one of my new favourite books and I really enjoyed reading it. It has LGBT aspects in it and it's just a really great, beautiful book. The second book that I read in July was also the first book that I finished reading for the Booktubeathon, Joan of Arc and Her Marching Orders by Phil Robbins. This book is just a non-fiction short book in the Horrible History series. I mentioned it in... I did enjoy this book and it was mainly because it was the shortest. I mainly picked it up because it was the shortest book on my TBR shelf that I owned, and that's good for reading during readathons. The third book that I read this month was Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I rated this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads and I didn't really enjoy it, but I had seen the film, so that made it a bit quicker to read. The fourth book that I read during the month of July was We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This was another 5 out of 5 stars, but I thought it was really beautiful and poetic, and the ending made me cry a lot, like full on tears. I recommend it to anyone because everyone needs a beautiful book in their lives. I know that some people didn't really enjoy it, but I did. The fifth book that I read in the month of July was Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars. I thought the characters were a bit unlikable and I didn't really like the narrator's perspective on it, but I had already seen the movie. The last book that I read in the month of July was Doctor Who Chains of Olympus, and this book was a graphic novel of a collection of comics from a magazine. I rated this 4 out of 5 stars and I didn't really like how the art didn't look like the characters in the TV show. Those are all of the books that I read in the month of July, and now on to my August TBR. The first book that I plan on reading in August is the one that I am currently reading. It is The Warrior Heir by Cinda Williams-Cheema. It was the Booksplosion Book of the Month for last month and there was a live show about it a couple of days ago. I was actually on page 50 when the live show was, so I kind of missed out on that. I'm going to watch over the live show discussion once I have finished the book, which will hopefully be quite soon. I'm currently 91 pages into it and it is a library book. The next book that I have to show you is also a library book and it is The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. I'm not quite sure what this book is about. I do know that the author and Cassandra Clare are currently writing a middle grade children's fantasy series together. I think this book is Kat from Katie Tastic's favourite book. I may be mistaken. It was the book that she was giving away for the Booktubeathon and I saw it in the library when I went to pick up The Warrior Heir and I thought I should get it. The third book that I will try to read in the month of August is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I had started this when the Booktubeathon started, so I put it down so that I could read those books and I wasn't really enjoying it, but then I saw Jesse from Jesse the Reader's review of the first 3 book in the series and he said that the first one was kind of hard to get through as well, but then you get onto like the second book and it gets much better. So I'm going to try and work my way through that. If I read all 3 of those books, I will either read Beauty Queens by Libba Bray, because it's quite a light contemporary, and the previous books that I showed you are kind of more difficult for me to read. But recently, with the Mockingjay teaser trailer coming out, I have seen a lot of people getting excited about the movie, so I might want to pick up Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, because even though I didn't really like the first 2 books in the series, I do want to finish the trilogy. I'm gonna try to read the book before the movie comes out. These are the books that I read during the month of July, and these are the books that I plan on reading in August. That is it for this video. I will leave a link to my Booktubeathon wrap up in the description. I will see you soon, hopefully. Bye!